You ever made that mistake? You know, you got kids and got teenagers, and I got 3 boys. I've made mistakes, but you know what? You don't have to make those mistakes. How to be a great dad to these teenage boys? I'll lay it all out to you so you don't have to make the mistakes. Having kids and having teenagers, wow. You know, how do we as dads really be good at this? Because I don't know if you've ever seen a training manual of how to be a great dad, you know, to your teenage son, but it's you know, if it's out there, where's the short version? Where's the easy version of what it takes to be a great dad? Now I've got 3 boys, and raising my 3 boys, there's quite a number of years in between my boys, and so it gave me a chance to test and try things and fail and find some successes. So what I did is I had to find a very simple checklist for me so I could do a good job being a dad. And you know, there are those days you do great and there's those days you don't do great. But here's my checklist that really helps me really do better than if I didn't have this checklist. First off, give them attention. You know, really give them attention in those short, small time moments. It doesn't have to be a lot, doesn't have to be a half-day experience. In fact, anytime I try to give my son a half day's worth of attention, it's too much. So small moments of attention really show them that you're doing great as a dad. Being interested in what it is that they're doing. My 3 sons, my 3 boys, have all been interested in completely different things. And most of them I don't know how to do. Like, one of my sons is really interested in mechanics, and he likes to pull apart his motorbike and put it together and modify it. I have no mechanical skills at all. And so, but I'll go out there and sit in the chair, you know, and sit there and watch him and just be in awe about what he's doing. But to show interest is a great way to be a dad. The next one is really time. You know, when you give them attention and you're showing your interest, really look at the amount of time you really are spending with them. If you can have 5 minutes of really good focus time compared to an hour of kind of, you know, paying attention, 5 minutes can be powerful. In fact, my 17-year-old right now, we have 5-minute chunks of time that happen. A little bit in the morning, a little bit in the afternoon, a little bit in the evening, but it's really cool. We're super connected just with a short amount of time. Being a great dad also requires forgiveness. My kids are going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes. And if I have high expectations that they're not going to make mistakes, then I might be short on the forgiveness side. And being a dad, really, one thing you're wanting to teach them is how to forgive. My son broke something out in my garage recently, and I walk out and he's like, "Dad, I totally busted this." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Hey, I think we can fix this. You know, I think we can take care of this." And he's like, "Dad, I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Hey, I forgive you. I really do. I forgive you." And he was shocked. He goes, "Dad, why are you so easy to forgive me?" One of the reasons why is because I hope that he can be that forgiving. What I do, he's going to do. And so not only does it help us have a great relationship, but I hope to be a great example that forgiveness helps maintain that great relationship, even if something got forgotten or broken or left or something bad happened. But forgiveness is a big one. And if you're not good at that, it's time to go find a book and do some studying about how forgiveness works. The last one is, I think when you're being a great dad is when you are taking the opportunity to teach about something. Anything at all, but to teach how things work. Show them how the vacuum works, or the shop vac, or the tools, or the appliances in the kitchen, or relationships, or, you know, getting along with people, but to not only just share advice, but share advice that has steps. You know, when you can teach and there's certain steps, like, did you know there's 3 steps to this or 2 steps to this? Then they realize, wow, you're a really smart dad because you can put things into steps or into a process or a system. But kids love to learn from their dad the steps because it's really cool. Then they see you as the smart one, the expert. And that's how, if they can respect you because of the smarts you have, because of the way you compile that information and share it with them, there will be a higher level of respect. But for me as a dad, this has really helped me to just check in. Am I giving them attention? Am I being interested? Am I actually investing some time? Am I expressing my forgiveness? And am I looking for that opportunity to teach? And if I can touch on these, just each one of these throughout the week, not every day, that's a lot. But if I can just check in throughout the week, I know I'm on a great path. And I know I'll do better than if I didn't do this. Because if you miss these and you don't check in with these, you're going to find yourself drifting from your son. You're going to find that distance start to happen. And then you'll wonder what happened. Why do they not come to you? Why do they not talk to you? But if you're in that place right now where they're just not talking to you and there's no relationship at all, start with the first one. Give some attention to them. And just be interested in what it is that they're doing. And it's going to make a big difference. Now, if you want to learn more and like to be, find out what else you can learn from us here at 3 Key Elements, go check us out and look at what we have in the form of trainings and other YouTube videos that we have. But subscribe to our channel here so that you don't miss any of the great material that we have that we're going to send out to you. So subscribe and go check out our website, because that's what we're here for. Because your kids really do matter.